There we go. Welcome to Nourish, everybody. We're going to start standing on our mats today. So stretching and flexibility, make our muscles feel more comfortable, make wise choices. Think about when you wake up in the morning, you take that big stretch and it just feels satisfying and all the muscles get extended, but you don't do that stretch into something that is discomfort. So we're seeking that level of stretch in the moves today, that satisfying tension and release rather than deep into some position and being in discomfort. So let's just start standing in the center of our mats, feet nice and parallel underneath your hips. Feel the balance of hips over heels, shoulders squared up, but not like military squared up, but just rolled back into a very comfortable, balanced position. Long through the side body, inhale, reach up, extend the body tall. Exhale, bring the hands down. Inhale, sweep up. And exhale. We're going to do something called sunshines. They're a great arm motion that just involves just patterning the arms in front of you. We're not twisting through this, just big windmill arms, mostly to the front of the body here. Breathing through. Let's tuck the hips, pause. Let's do a little bit of a hip tuck and just feel that you're really taking care of your low back and go in the other direction. If I get my booty popped out, this is going to be super hard on my low back. Loosening up the arms. There we go. And pause. Standing and staying gazing straight ahead. We're just going to bring a shoulder underneath the chin. Okay? Body doesn't change beyond the shoulders and arms moving around and wrapping around. Gaze forward and wrap. Not wrap like the music. I'm not that clever to do wrap and a stretching class. Kevin is. Take a pause. We're just going to create a swing through. Okay, this is not for folks that get dizzy easy or have vertigo issues. You can just stay with that shoulder wrap until we get back to you very, very soon. This is just a loose wrap around of the arms. Wrap is my theme word for this class. Let's wrap that up by standing straight and just taking a pause there. Stay with the arms, but different motions so we don't get fatigued. Just going to reach it out, cross over the arms and extend the shoulders, roll them forward. Pull the elbows back, shoulder height, squeeze the blades together. Reach and strike. And squeeze and extend. I can always physically feel the blood flow rush up into my face and into my upper body. It's like I'm pumping it out of my heart and into the extremities. Last one, and let that go. Stepping the feet just a little bit apart, a little wider base, and just slide a hand down one side, come into a side bend, and slide down the other side. Nice and slow, side to side. Feel like you're not just dropping to one side, but you're actually drawing yourself over, pulling yourself over. One more time. Take a pause. Right hand to the ear and lift it up towards the ceiling. Elbow towards the ceiling, not the hand. And come back. Did you hold your breath? Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze. And again. And bring it back and lower the hand. Let's go to the other side. It's just lightly fingertips against the side of the head. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bring it back to neutral. And lift. One more time. Not holding the breath. And lower the hand. This time we're going to take our arm all the way up and over. So we're in our side bend again. Reach up with the right. Come on over to the side. Breathe through, holding the stretch. Soft in the neck, soft in this upper elbow. Support through, pushing through that left hand and come up to neutral. One more time, just nudge into it and back out again. And going to the other side. lift up the left, bring it over. Support, push through the right foot and support the stretch. Reach up, nudge in, and come back to neutral. Getting a little tight in your low back maybe. Let's just step the feet to the edges of the mat. Do a few hip circles just to loosen everything up. So get yourself a little bit wider stance there and just bringing hips forward, out to the side. You have to bend your knees. Soften up the knees so you can swing through. Pop the booty and then sink the weight into the heels. Hips come forward. Change direction. One more swing through. Kevin's going to cue us through our feet. It's a great, yes, you are.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
There you go. Great demo for feet.
All right, so we're going to keep our elbows back by our ribs, spread our fingers nice and wide, spread them good and wide, and then spread your toes nice and wide. Pick a spot out in the distance and fix your gaze on that. Then we're going to crumple up our toes, crumple up our fists, make a nice foot fist down there, arch your feet, and then spread them nice and wide. Spread your fingers wide. Press those toes individually into the mat. Press them down into the mat, wiggle your fingers a little bit. Now we're going to crumple up again. Make a fist, make a foot fist, tighten up those toes, arch your foot nice and tight. Now we're going to spread wide, press those toes down to the mat, play the piano with your little toes down there. It's nice. Then we're going to relax a little bit with those hands, and we're just going to, picking a spot in the distance, we're going to keep our eyes fixed there, lift up onto the balls of our feet, and then down, lift, and then down. You can use your hands for balance out here. Lift and down, lift and down. Now we're going to lift up and stay there, just right up on the balls of your feet. You don't have to be a ballerina up on your toes. And then we're going to pulse without letting our heels touch down. We're just going to pulse up and down a little bit here. Really work those calves. Super healthy for blood flow. And we're going to put the heels down, shift a little bit to one side, and pull the toes back toward the shin. Really engage the whole calf, tighten up your thigh, pull hard, let that down, shift your weight onto the other foot, and pull those toes up toward your shin. Pull nice and hard. Feel your calf tighten, your thigh tighten. Shift to the other side, pull nice and hard. Really engage those muscles. Other side, we're going to shift, pull tight, really engage. Then we're going to look down at our feet, make sure they're parallel. We're going to try to keep all of our toes on the mat while we lift our big toe. So just lift that big toe only and keep the other ones engaged with the mat. This is going to help with balance, because big toes are necessary for balance. If you suddenly misplaced both your big toes, you'd have a problem.
Few problems.
Well, yeah.
Like
Shoes, but mostly balance. All right, if you have a problem with that, find a time when you're sitting, put your hand on the rest of those toes so they can't be misbehaving and miscreants, and just lift that big toe while you're holding the others where they belong. Strangely enough, my wife has left the video, so we'll be moving on without her, I guess. I don't know what just happened. We're gonna do a shoulder stretch. So we're starting with the thumb forward. We're going to pull it across the front of our body so that it's up here at shoulder height. We're gonna just cradle that arm. You don't want that way up here under your chin. You just want it right here beside you. Kind of right across, about armpit level is where that belongs. And you don't want to go really, like you can extend it a lot and get a big fulcrum. But for our purposes, probably just a nice hold there for a minute. Let that go. Again, put that other arm down. Thumb is facing forward, and then you draw the thumb across your body, across the front of your body, and then you cradle it like this and hold that arm, just stretching it nice. Not too high. This isn't a chokehold. This isn't a video game where you're trying to take out the bad guys with your stretching techniques. We're just gonna hold that right there in a comfortable way that gives just a little bit of tension. Let that go, and then some gentle shoulder rolls to work those back out. Hey, good to see you, friend.
I thought it was an emergency phone call. Sorry.
Just someone wanting to sell you windows.
Not quite. Okay, so we're gonna do, we didn't do runner stretch, right?
We did not.
Okay, so let's step our right foot in front of our left here. I gotta bring my energy down, sorry. Okay, and you're in a nice stride position here. So not too big of a stride. We don't wanna extend this out here. So it's just a small step forward. What we're doing is we're bending that back knee and coming down onto the back knee and then lifting the front toes. Okay, you want a side version of that, Kevin? Can you mind doing that? So the back foot, back knee is bent and the hands are lightly on that thigh. And we have that nice pull there. Bring the weight forward, changing it out. Other foot in front. Now you get a feel for how short that stride actually has to be. It's a very short stride. And then we bend the back knee, sink it down, and lift the front toes. Shoulders wide, gazes forward. Push through, come on up, and walk that out. Oh, we have one more thing to do in here. Good creativeness there. Let's come on up into boxed arms above the head, holding opposite elbows. Nice and tall, nice parallel feet. Get your balance in your body, and we're just gonna look up underneath the right elbow as we tip a little to the side. Little opening, don't hold your breath. Come back to neutral. Other side, looking up. And back to neutral. One more time. Inhale, open and lift. Exhale, come around. Inhale, open and lift. Exhale, come around. And arms down. Headed for our squat sequence. Always working on our squat here. So this is one with our feet nice and parallel to start with. You can have them a little more than hip distance apart. Many people like to do that. They can get much lower with a bit more breadth between the feet. Okay, but parallel. Not breath between the feet.
Oh.
He is mocking me. Hands out in front. And just lower it down. Don't come down too low on the first go. Push through. Take a good read on how your body feels. And then just reapproach nice and slow. Maybe gradually going deeper and slower than me. That is fine. Do the squat that's right for you. Maybe bringing your hands to heart center because you know you've got good form and you can get very centered. Yeah, it is a balance challenge at that point. So when you extend, you put your weight out a little bit in front and it's easier. One more time. And then we're changing that out. Just loosening up those hips. We've been using them a lot. If you've been in Strive today, we're gonna tip the toes out to the side, heels in. Changes what we do in our hips as we come on down. Reach it up. Come into goalpost arms and sink the weight down. A little bit of frog roadkill right there. Reach it up, straighten out. Come down to goalpost arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together and sink it down. Wow, good job, Kevin. And come on up. Let's get those feet back underneath. We're gonna go into our forward fold. And this is time we're doing the forward fold that we gradually will end up to the point where we're down here and I cue you to bend deep into a knee and open to the side. So you have to bend deep into that opposite knee so you can come up like this, or else it really kind of messes up your hips. Some people that can't get to the ground, you're gonna be here instead, you're gonna open up like this, okay? But we'll just start with a simple forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive down. Bend the knees, hands to thighs or hands to floor. Make a choice. Sweep the hands up a little bit higher, flatten the back, straighten the legs, monkey pose. Bend the knees, lower it down. One more time, flat tabletop back, bringing it up. Bend the knees, roll up to standing. We're going to come down as low as you can and then do the side opening now. Inhale, reach up. Big breath in, exhale, swan dive. You can do this with straight legs if you choose, if you've got that going on. And drop the head. Draw the forehead towards the legs. How straight can your legs be in your forward fold? Okay, bend the knees. Left hand is down on the mat or on your thigh. Let's bend deeply into that left knee and reach up with the right, opening up. Gaze softly up, big breath in. Exhale, bring that hand down. Straighten the legs any amount. Bend the knees. Bend deeply into the right knee. Left arm goes up. Bring it down. Roll yourself up to standing. We're going to try to put one more of those in a little bit later as we're loosening up the spine. Did you get dizzy down there? We're just going to take right hand and just drop it behind the head, elbow high. If you've got shoulder issues, you're doing it in front of the face instead, okay? Drop it down. I'm just going to take a hold of that elbow with the opposite hand and put some traction on the diagonal, drawing it down on the diagonal a little bit. So you've got issues with your shoulders, you're here instead. Deep breath in, let's bring that head back, don't look down. Squeeze the shoulders, breathe through. Swing the arms, a little bit of a roll through, loosen it up. And we head to the other side. Left arm up and over. Add the tension that feels right for you today. Gently release, let that go. A little bit of a roll. Let's get a hold of our straps if you have them. And do a little bit with the straps up above our head. Okay, about 2 feet apart for the strap. Shorter is easier for this sequence, but let's put some tension between the hands in some way. That helps with the stretch. So I'm showing you 2 feet. I'm going to go a little wider because I know what I'm up to here, but you make that choice if you want to go wider as we start up above. Get some nice tension. Let's just pull with the left hand and align the right arm with the head. No turning, no leaning. Just look forward, pull to the other side. Too easy? Get a little wider in your strap. Just draw it back and forth. Now make sure you're adding that little bit of tension engagement if you can. If there's discomfort, go very light and just float instead. There have been days in the 2 years ago where I could barely do this motion. I had so much shoulder injury. It's nice to notice when those things go away and dissipate finally. Okay, let that go, lower it down. Let's just shake it out for a second. Just roll the shoulders. Give our arms a break and then we're going back up. Okay, staying with that same width if you can. Take it up and whoops. Take it up and take the left hand forward, right hand behind the head. I'm not turned, okay? I'm still facing forward. Draw that back hand back further and then take it. So we're almost working at a 45-degree angle of drawing it back and forth. One more time. A little bit different in the rotator cuff. Bring it up, square it out. Right hand forward, left hand back. Draw it back and forward. It doesn't matter. You're sideways anyways, pretty much, so that's okay.
I'm back.
Oh, you're back facing the back. Last one, let's bring it to the front and put that down. Straps down until we're on the floor. We don't need those again for now. And we're actually coming down to the floor to do our cat-cow sequence. So coming down to hands and knees. Don't forget, there's always a seated version that we've shown many, many times of this. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Get yourself in a nice flat tabletop position here. Feel that your spine is flat, your hips are level. Spread the fingers wide. Roll those shoulders in, those elbows in, and get really nicely engaged in the shoulders. Okay, lift the tailbone, sway the spine. Bring the heart forward. Now tuck the tailbone, roll and curl up. Inhale, sway through the spine. Exhale, push through into cat. Extend in the shoulders. Inhale, swoop and sway. Exhale, curl. Come back to neutral. Step your hands one handprint apart. We're going to really swoop through, Kevin. Handprint forward, sorry. Just a little bit more forward. And now we're going to do
Wait, apart or forward? Sorry.
Forward.
Okay.
Okay, and so now when we come into our cow, sorry, we're going to swoop down and bring it forward. It becomes more of a glide. Swoop down, push through into arch spine. Swoop down and sway. Swoop down and arch. Pause. Hands underneath shoulder, back underneath the shoulders. One more thing on our hands and knees and then we're done there. Okay, and this is our shoulder corkscrews. So this is where we just turn the elbows out like a bulldog and we bring the elbows back around. It's not about the elbows though, it's a rotation in the shoulder socket. Turn and bring it back around. Bulldog arms and tuck the elbows underneath. And let's just go back into child pose here. Okay, we're gonna do child pose and then we're gonna do a modified version. Knees wide, toes kissed together. Walk the hands out, sink yourself down to the mat. Forearms are down. Forehead is on the mat. Maybe tip of the nose is on the mat. I'm elevated because I don't want to blow out my mic. Kevin's showing a better version of this right now. Okay, take the hips back towards the heels a little bit. Soften the low back. Don't be hunched up. Soften and even a little bit of an arch into the low back. Or sway, sorry. Soften between the shoulder blades. All right, lift up the gaze, push through the hands. We're going to take that right arm out to the side and lay down looking at the right arm. Put your cheek on the mat. Other hand is extended towards the top of the mat. Lift up a little bit. We're going to swoop through like thread the needle, but we're in child's pose, and then lay the right cheek on the mat. That arm goes through. Child pose, thread the needle. Also known as prayer swipes, but I don't like that name as much. Breathe through. Walk your ear away from your shoulder a little bit.
Sounds like what happens on a religious dating site.
A religious dating site has prayer swipes, says Kevin. Okay, push through. Come on, unwind from that. And lower yourself down with your left arm extended and you're looking to the left. Cheek on the mat. Really good neck stretch right here. Slow, deep breath. Pay attention to where the tension is. Can you ease it by moving out a little bit or just breathing through? Press through the right hand to lift yourself up. Take it through like a thread the needle. Lay the left cheek on the mat. Situate yourself into the stretch. What, a chin check?
Hygiene.
Oh, hygiene check, Kevin says. It's one of our biggest stretches of today. Let's put that hand back by the, right hand, put it by the face. It really helps you unwind from that. I forgot that cue, sorry about that. And sweep ourselves through to seated position here. Legs extended. Get yourself on your seat bones. Make sure you're nice and upright. Pop the booty out a little bit. Find your comfort seated on the mat. Let's bend the right knee and put the right foot on the floor. Just hold on to your shin. Get yourself nicely settled here. Shoulders wide. Just take the compression out of your spine, out of your neck, and lift up. Lift up nice and tall. Take a breath here. Okay, we're going to come into a nice rotation, and that's going to involve Reaching up, I had a glitch. I think I had an update. Lift your right arm up into the sky and come into a turn to the right. We're just anchored here. Yeah, that's because we do it one other way. I was like locked between the two. Oh, we're holding a bind with the left hand on the shin there. Just looking off to the side there, be really soft. Like just use this chance to just do a little bit of neck rotation, nice and gentle. Inhale tall, lift up. Exhale, use the hands to turn. Feel the low spine start to relax and release. Are you way into that right shoulder? Just relax that a little bit or step the hand out a little bit. Look forward and decide if you're adding this or not. It's up to you. We're going to slide that hand down the foot, outside of the foot, and extend the foot. Now look behind and decide if you're lifting up that back hand. These are all stages that you can just leave behind if you want to. Look forward. Look behind. Look forward. Bring that foot around and across into figure 4. Okay, just lay it down there for a moment. Nice and tall. We're going to try a forward fold on this and then we're going to reapproach that in a minute. But let's take a measure. Inhale tall, exhale, close up that angle, any amount. We're not going to stay there. Just see how that feels. And now we're going to rock the baby. Hold the knee, hold the ankle, and lift the leg. Just rocking through that hip. Nice and gentle. Take a moment, nice and slow. Take a moment though and see if you can get the shin any closer to the chest. Not the chest to the shin. Lift up the leg. Can you get it any closer? How does your hip feel today? Holding it and pause. Breathe through wherever you are that is not discomfort. It is the right stretch for you today. And now we're just going to follow that leg down, back to that figure 4 that we were at just a minute ago. And look where you are now instead. Deep breath in, exhale, holding. Come on up. Bring the knee up and bring the foot alongside. Do you see these two cards that are exactly the same? That's a bit of a mistake. Extend the leg long. Flex the toes towards the shins. Point the toes. Flex and point. And we're going to the other side. Bend the knee. Nice and tall.
Talk about your favorite farm story.
Holding on to it with your right hand. Extend and lift up with your left and come into your rotation and turn. Broad shoulders, long in the spine, loose in the neck. Both seat bones are anchored to the mat. Inhale tall, exhale, use the hands to turn. Look forward. Slide that hand alongside that leg and see if you can find the balance in your body to extend. Isn't it amazing sometimes what we can do? We look at things and we're like, that's not me. And then all of a sudden it is. Reach behind, look behind. Nice neck stretch. Look in front. Bring that foot across. Oh, I forgot another look behind, look in front. And put it into figure 4. Kevin says I shortened it on that side. Nice and tall. Start with your forward fold. Then we head for rock the baby. Holding ankle, holding knee, rocking into that hip. Did I forget something else?
I think I'm just a step behind.
Oh, okay. You know how people do this solo. Having somebody beside me to tell me when I've forgotten or fill in when something happens is just an amazing luxury to teaching a class. Plus there's the balance of having 2 examples. Just holding a little closer to the body, holding your static stretch. I feel the tension in my face doing this, and I don't even know why, but I'm very aware of like...
I can't wait to screen cap that.
Thanks, Kevin. Okay, let's come on forward over top of that leg. Look at how deep you are in your forward fold. I know what I missed, and I'm going to do it right now. Take that foot over, extend it long. I'm going to do a very gentle row. This is not like the row we do in our workout class. This is specific to loosening up the body. Knees are bent or straight. If you feel like your hamstrings are great, you can have straight legs while you do this. Reach it out, extend long, really put an extension in that. Now start to pull back, elbows slide along the side body, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Reach, inhale. Exhale, bring it back. Different purpose, same move, different focus. Isn't that amazing? When we do this in Strive, we're just like sweating and just pulling with all our might. But this is about loosening up the body. And again, last one. Extend long, come on back. And let's just bend the knees. We're going into our forward fold. So we did this standing and with straight legs. We're going to work our way to straight legs today when we're in the seated position. So bent knees, reach it up. Come on into your forward fold. This is the drapey, nice and loose one that's so soft. Tuck the chin. Just stretch out the back of the neck. Roll the shoulders, wrap them around the knees, and just support the upper body with the thighs. Come on up. Let's step the feet out a little bit. Inhale tall. Exhale, come forward. Not holding yet. We'll hold in the depth of the stretch. And come on up. Step the feet out a little more. They're almost straight now. Inhale tall. Come into your forward fold. And finally, straight-legged if you can. If you have to have a micro bend in your knees, that's okay. Nice and tall, forward fold. Find where you are. Don't curl up. Don't give in to that. Maybe even feel broad through the shoulders and then come forward. You probably feel this all the back of your legs. Sometimes just running your fingertips up calves and just a little bit of the hamstrings lets the nerves release back there and give you a little ease. Let's come on up. We're going to go into a static stretch of this. Let's grab a hold of the strap. This is just strapped across the bottom of the feet. I'm going to loop each foot because I have different lengths, but Kevin's just going to go across the bottom of the feet. Just simply, most people can do that. Elbows nice and wide. Get up tall. And pull yourself forward. So you're going to have to reach forward and get your anchor on your straps, or you're going to be way back here. So reach forward, draw yourself forward. Slow, deep breaths. Now, most people will pull themselves into a real level of discomfort here. Let's take that extremity back out of it 1 inch, and now hold your stretch. Is it starting to get intense even there? Back out of it 1 inch and hold that stretch instead. Breathe slow and deep. Come on up. Let that go. And let's come into cross-legged pose. Doesn't matter which shin is in front. Cross-legged pose. Make sure you're on your seat bones. He's doing things. Sometimes he does. Okay, we're going to be coming into some level of forward fold. So we really need that pelvic tilt so we can come forward and put the hands on the mat in front of us. If this is too much for you, having a real yoga block, not this garden mat, but having a yoga block to put your hands on is really beneficial. Hands stacked. Let's put the right hand on top of the left and just elbows wide, come forward any amount. Press through, lift the gaze, extend through the shoulders. Lower it down, elbows go wide, soften the shoulders. Press through, lift the gaze, Extend through the shoulders. Last time coming down. Then we come up and we just take that right hand and we reach back behind us on a high diagonal. Now, once you know what we're doing here and you've looked at the monitor, now look down at the hand on the mat. Tuck your chin, look down. Look back at the hand behind you. Look down at the mat, tuck the chin. One more time, behind, swing that arm around, put it on top of the other and fold forward. Push through, come to upright. Let's just do a few torso circles here. Loosening up through the hips. And change direction. Pause. Let's rock back and change which shin is in front. Just to change out a little bit of the hip and knee position more than anything else for this stretch. Hands down with the left on top. And fold down any amount. Press through, lift the gaze, release through the shoulders. Really have that nice roll forward. Come down. Press through and lift. Final one, come down. Push through and lift. Take the left hand behind. Reach it on that high diagonal and look down at the mat. Put your hand on the mat. Look back. See if you can catch a glimpse of your thumb back there. Look down. Look back. Sweep the hand forward. And one final fold down. Press through. Lift it up. You can stay in cross-legged pose if you want to. We're going to do a couple of neck stretches. If that's a lot for your hips, you can go into an extended leg. It doesn't matter. Seated in whatever position is comfortable. You can cobbler's pose if you want. Okay, so let's just lower the right ear to the shoulder and just be in that stretch for a moment, taking measure. Now extend the right arm away from the body. No, send the left arm away from the body, sorry. We're like, that feels like nothing. That's because it is. Okay, is this too much? Bring the hand back. And then just the weight of the hand on the side of the head. Just gravity, no pull. Take a breath, exhale. Any of this too much? Just remove that step. Slide the hand to the back of the skull and just kind of cup with the fingertips the base of the skull and tuck the nose into the shoulder. A little bit of traction of the fingers grabbing the base of the skull. So good for the cervical spine.
Pulling down.
Yep. Pulling away from the shoulders, not down to the floor. Gently, softly, slowly release. We never let go of a tension in the neck all of a sudden. Okay, so that's when we're grabbing the base of the skull and adding that traction, it isn't pulling us down. It is just pulling and elongating through the cervical spine is what we're headed for. Other side, left ear to shoulder. Just start there. And maybe the things that we do next are wrong for you. Okay, we're just adding them as options. Extend the right arm out. That creates a top line. Sometimes it will wrap around your arm and even go past the elbow. Then if you wish, add the weight of the hand. Slow, deep breathing. Something in my elbow. All right, and then just come around, bring that hand in closer, clasp the back of the skull with the fingertips, tuck the nose, add a little traction. Gently and slowly release the traction and let that go.
Do chiropractors say I have attraction for you?
Oh, do chiropractors say I have attraction for you? Is his not great joke right now. Attraction or traction, right? Coming into cobbler's pose, soles of the feet together. probably doing something laying down too. So knees are nice and wide here. So we want to be kind of tucked up on this, but what we're going to do is put the hands down, walk the hips towards the heels, one hand at a time. Take your bind to hold your posture and position. Because as soon as I do this, I just start to fall back because it's just too much. So when we walk our hips towards our heels, one hand at a time, we take a hold of the back of the base of the toes, hold the base of the toes, and just clasp to hold our position of nice and tall in cobbler's pose. I'm going to butterfly this a little bit. So we're just going to move the knees up and down. There's a little bit of motion in the hips. And then pause. And with the clasped hands, draw the toes up towards the face, which of course is not going to happen. But you're going to feel that in your hips as you add that tension in the toes of pulling up and release. And again. And release. And we're going to step the feet a little further apart. Did you get a foot cramp?
Sure.
We're going to create about 8 inches farther away from the body. Soles of the feet together here. More? I don't know. It's a bigger frame for sure. Okay, I'm going to take my mic off because I really blow it when I'm there. Okay, palms up. Feed it through underneath the shins and curl up, clasping the shins or the toes. Tuck the chin. Roll the shoulders away from the spine. Take a deep breath in. Come out of this a little bit. Exhale. Curl up. Soft through the jaw. Don't brace through your shoulders. Think about that for a moment. Shoulders in the ears. Get them away from the ears. Come on up. Roll yourself up to seated. Bring those knees together. We're just going to put the hands down. We're going to do a seated windshield wiper here. So hands are at right angles to the body. We're just going to lay the knees over to one side. Lay the knees over to the other side. Back and forth at your pace. Don't get your shoulders in your ears, okay? Get nicely extended and supported through this. And just rock back and forth with the hips. Lay them over to the left. I'll have to wait a minute. Lay them over to the left and pause. Now let's lift the right knee until you can't open any further and then follow through with the other one. Lift the knee until you're at full extension. Follow through. Lift the knee and follow through. Okay. I'm starting to walk across my mat when I do this. I don't know what happens to my seat bones, but I'm moving on. Awesome. Let's come on down to our backs to finish off our class today. Knees bent. I'm good. Knees bent, feet on the floor, about hip distance apart. Reach your arms down alongside your body. Palms down, losing my voice. Spread the toes wide. Tuck the chin. Press through the soles of the feet. Lift the hips. Relax the spine and meld the spine with your mat. We're going to just do a couple of bridge poses here, just lifting and lowering. Inhale, lift the hips off the floor. Exhale, melt down. Can you tuck your shoulder blades a little bit underneath your body? Inhale, lift the hips, press through, nice and tight, nice and tall. Exhale, let everything relax. Slow, deep inhale, slow lift of the hips. Slow exhale and relax. Hug both knees into the chest. Squeeze and round up the tailbone. Untuck the shoulder blades now. And softly just rock side to side. Holding on to your right knee, extend your left leg long. I think I'm in your mat, Kevin. So just hugging that right knee into the chest, left leg goes down on the floor. And just draw that knee out to the right side, open the hip. Bring it back to center chest. Take the foot straight up towards the ceiling, support with the hands on the back of the leg and create some tension. This is where we do a chin check, because as we reach our hands up, we lift our chin and tighten the back of our neck. Just draw towards the face and release. And draw towards the face and release. Flex the toes. Draw the toes towards the shin, point the toes. Bend the knee back to the chest, squeeze. Deep breath in, exhale. Just feel that hip starting to relax. We're going to change sides. So bring that left knee up and extend the right leg long. Settle yourself down in place, do a body check, and then open the knee to the side. Open up that hip. Slow breathing through the stretch. Bring it back to center. Leg straightens and hands go behind the leg to support. Tuck the chin and draw towards the face any amount. And again. One more time. Flexing and pointing the toes. While it's up there, why not pump those fluids back to center body? Get them out of your extremities. Good thing. Bend the knee. Hug to the chest. We're going to do both legs at once now. Bring the other knee up. Hug it to the chest. Take both feet up towards the sky. Grab the back of the legs. Great place for pow pose if you want to. Otherwise, we do a draw forward and a draw forward and a draw forward. Extend the legs long, nice and straight on the mat. Take your arms out at a diagonal away from the body. On each side, palms up. Let's just make sure our back isn't too arched. You're going to have to do a little pelvic tilt so you don't get too arched in your spine. Feet fall out to the side, nice and soft through the ankles. Hips are grounded down. Press the belly button towards the mat. Press through the elbows, lift up the sternum, and exhale, relax. Soften the fingertips. Tuck the chin, relax the jaw, soften the brow. We're going to inhale through the nose and sigh through the mouth. Deep inhale. Blow out all the air. And again, inhale through the nose. Completely taking care of every muscle in our body in 50 minutes. Thank you for joining us for Nourish. I hope you've set yourself up for an amazing day today. See you next time. Such a cute little wave.